What's going on, guys? I know it's been a while. I apologize. Whenever it gets winter time, it's just a lot of YouTubers, creators, they get it. I know that Yummy does, and quite a few other moto vloggers or just video creators in general. Whenever the winter time comes, if they have an outdoors channel or just things that they do outside for certain videos, you just kind of, you hit a spot where you kind of run out of ideas, and stuff slows down or just completely stops. But I have been trying. I actually have a video or two that I assumed I'd be able to edit, and made them like 25 minutes long, and never was able to edit them because the edit software that I was using decided it wanted to pretty much crash on me. So, but this is going to be hopefully kind of a quick video, kind of like a public service announcement, like a help everybody out kind of thing. And it has to do with air filters. This one has seen much better days. This right here was just because I'd soaked it and it separated, so I glued it. It did have like an outer layer that I guess has been dissolved or whatever. I would not recommend reusing one in this shape. But if you're like me and you just spent a rather large amount of money, you kind of don't have much option, this will work. It's definitely better than running without one. But the video kind of is more along the lines of the oils to spray these down with to help them block dust and stuff. And a lot of people see the stuff on the internet about it's specifically air filter oil, element or whatever oil they call it. But I mean, that stuff works. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's designed to be gooey and sticky to stay inside, but it still allow air to go through. But what a lot of people don't tell or really understand or even pay attention to is you don't have to have near that fancy stuff to get a good for it to work. You don't have to have the $15, the $20, the $30 bottle to have this thing work optimally. Now, if you swear by it and you don't trust anything else, by all means spend the $30 on it. But there's quite a few things. Sorry, that's my heat pump that you're probably hearing. There are several things that you can use, but they work just fine. One is just regular motor oil, the motor oil that you put in your crankcase. Kawasaki actually pretty much recommends in their manuals to just use regular, like the motor oil that you put in your bike to put on a filter. I've seen forums where people use ATF. It's not as common, but it still sort of works. And lots of people and some racers have sworn by cooking spray, or cooking oil, canola oil, coconut oil, just different cleaning oils. And this one just happens to be in the spray. But really, I've heard so much good stuff about this that this is actually what I'm going to use, since this is an old filter and you know its time, its heyday was many miles ago, hours ago. Just to get by, I'm going to use the cooking spray. Now don't think that it's just a only quick fix and you need to run something else. There's people that race, like race, not just like little mom and pop backyard races, like sponsored races that use this or something along the lines of just cooking oil. It's thin enough to let air pass through really well, but it's also sticky and goopy enough to catch a lot of the fine dust. This kind of spray, if you look, it kind of comes out like that, which if you look at the no toil oils and a lot of the filter oils, they actually do the same thing whenever you spray them on. They come up like that, and this is kind of a messy thing, but you can't clean a filter or oil a filter and it not be messy, so it's not like that one method is cleaner than the other. You just want to work it in. This filter is completely dry. I used Dawn dish liquid. There again, I didn't go out and spend a bunch of money on solvents and filter cleaners. I just used what I had and it worked just fine. But like I said, if you want to spend all that money just to be positive that your engine isn't getting dust in it, then by all means. But like I said, I just spent like $120 on a airsoft sniper, so hopefully that'll be more content for the channel. My little brother also bought one, so I kind of look forward to maybe doing something around airsoft stuff. I won't be going to major tournaments or fields or anything like that. Most of the big time airsoft stuff is over near like Silo Entertainments and Novrich, Novrich is from Austria, and the big time fields and stuff there's none very close by. You can at some paintball fields, but it's just there's not any real major fields around me. But pretty much all you want to do it's just like any other filter, is you want to make sure that the oil is nice and kind of saturated in it, and then you kind of want to wring it out, kind of. I'm not going to spray any directly on the inside because I just don't feel like that would be benefiting anything. It would probably even be worse for my motor. So I'm not going to do anything like that. But this video is mainly just to show that you don't have to go and spend tons of money to have something that works. I cleaned it with Dawn. It got very clean. You can soak them in gasoline, but if you buy the ones that are reusable and cleanable, then that greatly takes down how many times you can reuse them. So I would just recommend something simple like this. But that's pretty much it. There's no hard places that you have to find this at. It's literally in pretty much every cooking aisle in any store you can find that has a cooking aisle. So that's pretty much it. My bike hasn't been running really well for the past few days. Well, really, it don't want to start unless you spray ether into the filter. But I raised the needle up a little bit, like 1 notch, to let more fuel in, and it seems to run better. It hadn't warmed up enough to start back up, so I didn't add any more ether to it that night, just because I know it is lubricated ether, but still yet. Where did it go? It was under here somewhere. It was the lubricated type, so although it's still not a very good idea to start a 2-stroke with ether. At least it was the lubricated ether. But that's going to be it for this video. I really hope that it helps and kind of shows that, yeah, you can go spend the money for the expensive oils and treatments and stuff for the filters and to clean them. You can be $40-50 in just stuff to clean the filter and oil, or you can find a huge bottle of Dawn at a dollar store for a few bucks, and this or something similar to this for a few dollars, and under $10 have something that you can run and not have to worry a whole awful lot about whether or not your bike's going to blow or get nasty inside of it. I'm going to run it. I don't really know if I'm going to run. I'm not going to run this filter for very long, just because it's got layers removed from it, but I put this stuff on pretty thick, so hopefully it'll catch quite a bit of particles. But I'm going to end the video. I'm going to throw this back into my bike, which is to the right of me, kind of up into the corner. And hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful night, morning, day, whatever time it is that you're watching this. I hope I helped, and I will see you in the next one.